What is the elevator pitch for Memento?
So the elevator pitch for Memento is it's time for us to remember and reclaim aspects of Christian masculinity that we've forgotten. And some of these are just built into societal changes. For instance, my grandfather worked with his hands and on his feet for the majority of the day. When he came home, maybe there was like the 5 o'clock news that he would tune in for 30 minutes. But other than that, he was just home and he was present and there was no phone to distract him. So, just going back to some of those simplicities and reflecting on our current state today, I think one of the background for a lot of the issues that we see are there's just sloth and gluttony and all sorts of things that distract us and make us soft and kind of weak and complacent and addicted to comforts. So part of it is just to kind of reclaim that, but also to lean into it in a way because this is a movement that's already happening, right? So a lot of men are recognizing this and they're returning to this. And they're returning it to, and good for these people, right? People like Jocko and David Goggins and Joe Rogan and others. They're reclaiming this in a certain way, but it is void of a Christian understanding and a Christian rooting. And it just so happens that, even if you just go back beyond my grandfather, there were a bunch of other disciplines that men did, especially during the season of Lent, but throughout the year, sometimes on Wednesdays and Fridays when you have to deal with like fasting and things like this. In other words, this is part of the Christian ethos, like disciplining the body, disciplining the mind, that these are connected to your spiritual relationship or putting on Christ. So we have a great heritage to be able to speak into this very practical longing and say, actually, we as the Christian church, we've got even better answers. And then we can go about doing it in a way that doesn't lead to pride, but it actually leads to like a proper devotion.